So today we will discuss about the middle ear. Here you can see this is the external ear, and we have got the muscular part and fascia. This is the bony part, and we have got the middle ear here, the pictus part of the temporal bone. So here you can see I will remove this part of the petrous part of the temporal bone on the side, and here you can see this is the membrane. It is a tympanic membrane. This is the tympanic membrane, and this one is the malleus. This one is the malleus. The middle ear, now we will discuss about the middle ear. It is the narrow slit like air filled space into the petrous part of the temporal bone between the external ear and internal ear. The shape and size, it is the cube compressed from the side to the side to side, and coronal section, the cavity of the middle ear appear biconcave. Medial and lateral wall are close to each other in the centers. The vertical diameter of the it is 15 mm. Anteroposterior diameter, it is also 15 mm, and transverse diameter, which is various above to downwards, 6 mm into the upper part. Middle part, it is 2 mm, and the floor, it is 4 mm. So this is about to the boundaries. Anteriorly, the middle ear, which is communicated with the nasopharynx by the pharyngotympanic tube. Here you can see this is the inside the this is a tympanic membrane, and inside this is a inside here this is the forceps which goes inside the pharyngotympanic tubes. So posteriorly it is communicated with the mastoid bone by the adductus to the antrum. It is a mastoid hair cells. So the posteriorly the middle ear, it is communicated with the mastoid hair cells. So the content of the middle ear, you can see here, this is the 3 bone malleus. This is the incus and stapes. These are the 3 bone inside the middle ear. I will keep the incus into the side. This is the incus. This one is the malleus, and the inner there is a stapes. These are the 3 bones which is lies here. You can see these are the fibers which is the stapedius muscles. This is the fiber of the stapedius muscles which lies on the posterior sides. So the 3 bones, malleus, incus and stapes, 2 muscles, tensor tympani. Anteriorly you can see here this muscle, it is a tensor tympani muscle. This is the fiber of the tensor tympani, and which is inserted on the handle of the malleus. So this fiber which is inserted on the handle of the malleus, it is the tensor tympani muscles. So the anteriorly the muscles which is come inside, it is the tensor tympani muscles, and there is a posteriorly the fiber, it is the stapes muscle, it is the stapedius muscles. This is the fiber of the stapedius muscles which is attached to the stapes. And the 2 nerve, chorda tympani, here you can see this is the nerve which is goes anteriorly, and this nerve which is attached to the, here you can see this is the nerve, this chorda tympani goes anteriorly, and this nerve which is attached to the lingual nerve. So here you can see this is the chorda tympani nerve, and which is attached to the lingual nerve. One is the content, it is a chorda tympani nerve, and another nerve, it is a tympanic plexus inside the over the promontory, it is a tympanic plexus, and vessels supplying and draining the middle ear. These are the content of the middle ear. Now we will discuss about the boundaries of the middle ear. Boundaries of the middle ear, here you can see the boundary of the middle ear, the roof which is formed by the thin sheet of the bone, it is called the tegmen tympani. This is the bone, it is called the tegmen tympani, and it is separated by the tympanic cavity by the, here there is a temporal lobe of the brain. So The roof it is formed by the tegment tympani, and I will show you the here there is a the bone which is it is a part of the tegment tympani, and I will put the part of the petrous part of the temporal bone into the anatomical positions. So roof it is formed by the tegment tympani. It is a part of the petrous temporal bone, and it is separates the middle ear by the temporal lobe of the brain. The floor which is formed by the thin plate of the petrous part of the temporal bone, and here you can see it is there is a formations of the interjugular vein which is the continuations of the sigmoid sinus. It is the continuations of the sigmoid sinus. So the floor which is formed by the bony plate of the petrous temporal bone, and it lodges the superior bulb of the interjugular veins. So it is the floor. The anterior wall which above to downwards, which is formed by the there is one muscles. Here you can see this is a muscles which is attached to the handle of the malleus. It is a tensor tympani muscles. Tensor tympani muscles, and there is a pharyngotympani tube. Here this is the bony part, and the medially there is a cartilaginous parts. So pharyngotympanic tubes, and there is a internal carotid artery. We have not dissected here the internal carotid artery, but I will show you the this is the internal carotid artery. This is the internal carotid artery. Below to the this is the trigeminal ganglion, and here the internal carotid artery entered through the carotid canal. So here you can see it enter inside the carotid canal, and this carotid canal which is open on the posteriorly into the foramen lacerum, posterior part of the foramen lacerum, and it enter inside the cranium, and it makes the S-shaped siphon of the internal carotid artery. So the anterior wall above to downwards it is formed by the there are three things. There is a tensor tympani muscles, fiber of the tensor tympani. There is a pharyngotympanic tubes, or it is called the auditory tubes inside, and there is a internal carotid artery which is the bony part which is cover the internal carotid artery, and around to the internal carotid artery there is a sympathetic plexus. So three structure anteriorly. There is a tensor tympani, pharyngotympanic tubes, and there is a internal carotid artery which is lies anterior part of the middle ear. The posterior part of the middle ear, it presents a opening on the posterior sides. Here you can see there is a posteriorly the middle ear which is open into the adductus to antrum, into the mastoid air cells, and the vertical part here you can see this is the facial nerve, and this facial nerve this is the genu of the facial nerve, and this facial nerve after that enter on the stylomastoid foramen on the posterior side. So this is the oblique part of the facial nerve, and then it goes into the through the stylomastoid foramen, and it is come out through the inside the this is the here I will show you the here you can see the this is the facial nerve which is within the parotid gland. So this is the facial nerve which is come out through the stylomastoid foramen. Here you can see this is a stylomastoid foramen. This is a styloid process, and this is the mastoid process, and come out through the stylomastoid foramen. So the facial nerve which is come out through the stylomastoid foramen. So the posterior wall which is there is a oblique part of the facial nerve. Here you can see this is the oblique part of the facial nerve, and above to it there is a lateral semicircular canal. This is the canal for the lateral semicircular canal. So this is the canal for the lateral semicircular canal. So this is the oblique part of the facial nerve. This one is the oblique part of the facial nerve, and this is the genu of the facial nerve, and it gives the greater petrosal nerve. This is the greater petrosal nerve, and here you can see this is a I have show you this is a chorda tympani nerve. This is a chorda tympani nerve. So the posteriorly there is a it is related with the lateral semicircular canal, oblique part of the facial nerve, and it is communicated with the editors to the antrums. So these are the structure which is lies on the posteriorly, and the medial wall, it is difficult to show you here. The medial wall of the middle ear we have not dissected, but I will just reflect the this is the auditory this is the tympanic membrane. I will just reflect the tympanic membrane and handout of the malleus which is attached to the tympanic membrane. I already show you this is the stapedius muscles, and this is the medial wall. It is inside, it is the internal ear. There is a internal ear. So the most medial wall, which is this is the medial wall of the middle ear, and it is separate the tympanic cavity from the internal ear. It present a following structure. There is a large into the middle part. There is a basal turn of the cochlea. It is called the promontory, and above to it there is a one plexus which is formed. It is called the tympanic plexus, which is formed by the tympanic branch of the glossopharyngeal nerve over the promontory. So the posterior and superior to the promontory there is a one oval gap. It is called the oval window, and it is filled up with the base plate of the stapes. Above to it there is a oblique part of the facial nerve, and above to it there is a lateral semicircular canal. On the just below to the promontory and below and posterior to the promontory there is a round window. It is the presence of the round window, and anterior to the oval window and above there is a processus cochlearis, and it is wind around by the tensor tympani muscles. So the medial wall, which is formed by the into the middle part by the basal turn of the cochlea, it is called the promontory, and above and posterior it is by the oval window. It is closed by the stapes, basal plate of the stapes. Above to it and posteriorly there is a oblique part of the facial nerve, and there is a prominence of the lateral semicircular canal. Below to the promontory, below and posterior to the promontory there is a round window, and above to the promontory here this level there is a tensor tympani which is wind around to the processus cochlearis, and it is inserted to the handle of the malleus. So these are the medial wall of the middle ears. So we have completed the medial wall. Just I will show you this is the internal acoustic meatus, and this is a facial nerve, and this is the genu of the facial nerve, and it gives the greater petrosal nerve here. From the genu it gives the greater petrosal nerve, and here you can see there is this nerve. It is a chorda tympani nerve which lies just medial to the malleus. Here you can see this is the chorda tympani nerve, and this chorda tympani nerve which is attached with the lingual nerve. Here you can see this is attached on the posteriorly to the lingual nerve. So this is the chorda tympani nerve. So this nerve, it is a chorda tympani nerve. And we already removed the incus. Here you can see this is a incus, and I think so stapes, which is not seen here, it will be either broken or it will be go somewhere else. So this is about to the middle ear. Hope you enjoy the lecture of the middle ear. Thank you very much.